Are we good, you
I
think?
believe so.
All right. Well,
Yes.
episode 2, the Backseat podcast. How's everybody doing today? Are we all good? I'm good. How's everybody doing today? You might notice some new voices. Today. We got our friends Zach and Andrew in the call with us today. How are you boys?
Doing all
I'm
right.
good. Howdy.
You pursued me beyond hours. Doing all
I'm
right.
good.
Yikes.
Me.
Oh no.
Well, we've got a jam-packed show for y'all today. If I could find my show notes, we could actually get this started. First, I'd like to introduce the two of you to our lovely podcast. This is now the second episode of. Henry, would you like to start things off while I sneeze real quick?
Yes. We'll do our recap, our Adam the Vape Hermit recap, which he's not a hermit this time. We all actually hung out this time, which...
Oh yeah, I forgot. Adam the Vape Hermit this week doesn't exist.
No, he does not exist. He was pleasantly there for the experience this time, as was everyone else.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember a lot of it.
That's fine.
I mean, I got you that peppermint schnapps, so it's like, I'd expect you to not remember it.
I would say that I was more vacant this time around than Adam was.
I actually would agree, considering...
Yeah. I mean, I got high and then I fucked off and played arcade games. Excuse my language. Oops.
You son of a gun. Well, yeah,
sorry.
I mean, you being more vacant than me is honestly quite an accomplishment. So...
Yeah.
It was fun. From what I remember, it was fun. My neck was sore. It still is from headbanging outside all night. Does anybody else remember that?
I remember you basically unresponsive in a lawn chair for a while.
Oh, yeah. I may have taken a nap.
Big old nap.
Whoopsies. No, but it was a good time. We had a great time celebrating Seth and Nicole's birthday. It was a really good night. It was fun. They made me drink a Jaeger bomb, which I wasn't too thrilled about, I'll be honest.
Listen, I think it's just Seth and I that are the ones that are actually like partial towards Jaeger. I think everyone else thinks it's either hot garbage or just tastes like medicine.
Well, I burned myself out on them in one go. Previously, I had liked them.
I like them. They're just... I just
Jaeger
don't.
bombs are objectively better, though.
What's the
I agree. We make those
What
here.
is the difference? I don't...
Tequila and Red Bull.
Ah, gotcha.
That's what it is for you?
What do you make it out of?
Crown, Peachtree Schnapps, and Malibu. And Red Bull.
Good.
And Red Bull. That sounds like a nice mixed drink instead of a bake.
Yeah,
It really is. I guess that's the cocktail version of it, but it's really good. I really enjoy them. Ivy, when she was still living in an apartment, I went over there on 4th of July and we were getting drunk off of those, and she got the bread. Let's go on the roof to watch the fireworks. So we went on the roof to watch the fireworks. It was a good time. I was just terrified of her falling.
I mean, yeah, with any amount of like drink involved, that could be potentially bad. But seems like everything's good.
Right. Yeah, everything was good. And that was a really good party. I had a really good time. I remember skanking a lot, listening to ska.
Yes.
That was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. So, yeah, but I guess that's it for catching up for the weekend.
Yeah, there's not much to catch up.
Unless anybody else. Yeah. Well, one of the cool things about this weekend is I realized, a lot more people like the same music that I do. And that's always been a point of contention between me and Henry.
Yeah, our music tastes don't really vibe.
Well, they vibed a little bit a few weeks ago when I sent you. What did I send you? I sent you a song called "The Queen of Lower Chelsea" by the Gaslight Anthem.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I actually recently re-listened to that album again. That was excellent.
American Slang is a great album, and it does not get enough love. I mean, it really doesn't. And I was so surprised to see Henry go, "Hey, this is a great album. Thanks for the share." I was like, Henry hates my music. Henry really despises half the shit I listen to, if not all of it. So I felt really, really good. But one of the other things is our friend Igo, he had Jeff Rosenstock's Ska Dream on his playlist. And for those who don't know, Jeff Rosenstock is an American artist. He is really into the DIY punk ska community. He released an album called No Dream last April, I believe. And just this past month released an album full of ska covers of those songs, and it's fantastic. And right now, that album is solely responsible for putting ska in the spotlight right now.
I don't know. Ska's been in our spotlight for a while because of Andrew.
Well, yeah, but that's different for a lot of people who'd never heard ska or thought it was quote unquote dead. Now it's in the forefront a little bit. I mean, it was trending on Twitter, countrywide or worldwide yesterday. And I was really surprised to see it.
You're getting your revival.
Ska is a phoenix. It burns up in ashes and always comes back.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's not like disco where it just dies out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Andrew, do you like ska music?
Well, yeah, of course.
He's the resident ska expert.
It's objectively the best genre of music.
Okay, fair. I wouldn't go so far as to say objectively, but yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, you can't say something is objectively the best. Like, in my head, like,
No,
objectively, yeah,
I disagree.
it's really good.
I disagree. There are certain things you can argue.
Right, and you can be wrong. That's fine.
Yeah.
So am I wrong?
No, ska is objectively the best genre of music. This has been proven multiple times. The YouTube documentarian Brian David Gilbert has proven that ska is objectively the best genre of music and would be what is developed in a nuclear holocaust.
God bless his videos. They're great.
Okay, well, now I have something to look up tonight.
That is a great video.
So what? He just analyzes what ska music actually is, and
Oh no.
He's a haha funny man.
He reverse engineers ska music.
Yeah, he's a haha funny man, not actual scientist.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly. Like, so he has his moments of like, oh wow, that's an interesting introspective thought, and then it's other times it's just like, ah, you said something stupid.
For example, one of his videos is about how Sonic is an analog for the Judeo-Christian God.
Which I don't understand how that one like made it through there. Like
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, because he's a crazy person.
Yeah, he is a crazy person.
Oh, okay.
He released a song about worshiping birds and sacrificing chicken bones to the gods of the birds today, which was pretty funny to watch.
Today?
That's nice.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, he's not on Polygon anymore.
Yeah, no, they let him go. I think it was because he was literally hemorrhaging them money.
I mean, he wasn't costing them that much money. I think it's just that Polygon starts with $12, and if he expenses $2, that's a significant portion of their income already.
Yes.
Polygon is already a failed business.
The revenue is I don't know. I think he did a good job with what he had, and for the run that he did.
Did you guys ever watch Cracked?
Yeah.
No.
YouTube?
Yeah.
They have recently started putting out videos again, which is insane to me. Like, they were putting out, and it's just an entire new cast.
Oh, the four people that were sitting like at like diners and stuff.
And they talk about Friends and whatever and shit, like pop culture. And
yeah, like I think they talked about. I remember distinctly like one of the sci-fi episodes where they were arguing something about Star Wars. Or something of that nature.
Right. And the channel is uploading videos again, kind of out of nowhere. Maybe I should look into that. Like, what's going on there? Because they had stopped making videos for years.
It's been a while.
But now,
who hadn't? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Cracked.
It's Cracked. They're reminiscent of like early days like stuff for nerd culture, meme culture, etc. And they had this one like really, really cool show that they had where it was basically just four friends talking around like a diner table or whatever the setting was, and they just had a random topic that they would just divulge from.
Yeah, and they would say a lot of like, they'd make a lot of good jokes, and it'd get kind of crazy. But now it's not that anymore. They're trying to like recreate it. It's weird. I'm
looking at it now. They stopped. Yeah, it looks like they stopped uploading for about a year. just out of nowhere.
What was the original? What was the
Yeah.
original show called? Was it After Hours?
Yeah, it was After Hours.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember that one.
That's the one. What was the last After Hours? Because that's when they really stopped making videos.
Let me take a look. After oh, there we go. No, that's not it.
They also had a good cartoon show called People Watching. I wouldn't say it's a great cartoon show, but like it was animated. But it
Looks like 2016 was the last one that I can find, at least in the playlist. I could be wrong.
yeah, that sounds about right.
That's crazy.
And then there's a big skip in videos
Right.
in time.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird how they are kind of coming back.
It's weird to see a lot of those big YouTube channels just kind of stop.
Yeah.
You know, who did that a few years ago? SourceFed?
No, SourceFed had the problem of they were bought out because they were originally Philip DeFranco's like sub company,
Right.
and they were
right.
his entire platform, his actual show, SourceFed were all bought out by, I think it was Discovery Digital, like the news and like Earth's company that they and they canceled the show like without his choice.
Got
and
it.
I think he went through like a 2-year long legal battle to get everything done. Is that a batch file in there that I see?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, it's come full circle.
It's come full circle.
Alrighty.
They can't stop me
Yeah.
now. It's my own
Well.
server.
Yeah, well, SourceFed, and then they had the SourceFed nerd kind of went down. I always thought they'd come back, but then that I forget who started uploading on their channel. Was it Now This or
Jenna
something
Marbles
like that?
canceled herself.
That yeah, we need to talk to Ivy about Jenna Marbles one
I
day
think-
because man, she
Yeah,
Follows
she
her.
cried. Yeah, Ivy cried when
Yeah.
all that happened.
I mean,
When
I was
what
kind of upset
happened?
too, but
What happened?
when Jenna Marbles left the platform after she
Yeah.
canceled herself, which
I think she just got tired and wanted off YouTube.
no. I
Yeah.
agree. I was very smart
Yeah.
way of doing it is like, man, everyone's getting canceled. I'll just cancel myself so that no one else can.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think well, not Scott. I'm trying to find the Scott video still.
Let me grab it for you.
And
She go ahead.
with YouTube channels that kind of die out of nowhere, it's also weird to look at the ones that don't die, like
Right.
College Humor, where
Yeah.
10 years ago it was a completely different thing. There's probably not a single person working at College Humor that worked there 10 years ago.
They have some stuff, but I think just because of the nostalgia goggles, like their heyday was like back 5-6 years ago, if not longer.
I'm not going to say that they don't put out good stuff. I'm just saying it's just a completely different animal now.
Well, that's just how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've seen a College Humor video in like 8 years.
Is that the Brian David Gilbert video for? Yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah.
is.
Oh my God, is Whitest Kids You Know still making content? No, they're not.
Are they? Oh,
No,
damn.
that would be
I got
amazing.
so
The last one.
I loved Whitest Kids You Know, man. That was the funniest stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
That was middle school. Wow. Yeah, that was
Well,
middle school.
What was their last video?
I don't
The
know.
only one that I remember from them was the show play one where they were like, "Oh, you fucked up
With
now."
Abraham
Yep,
Lincoln. Abraham
Oh,
Lincoln.
yeah,
the
Abraham
one that
Lincoln.
like went super
Beautiful.
viral back then. Yep.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty one was always my favorite. Did you guys ever see that one?
I
I'll
don't
take
think
that as
so.
a no.
I don't remember it.
I'll have to send it to you guys later if I can find it. But there's also one the kid's mom died while he was in class, and the teacher made a game out of it.
Was that
And
what?
he goes, "I'll give you guys a hint. She been drinking. It was Timmy's mom. It was Timmy's mom. Everybody."
Oh my!
It was so good.
That's
God,
funny.
I miss that stuff. Let me see if I'll send it to the Pog Chat cast. Podcast,
Their last
whatever.
video was 4 years ago, and it doesn't even look like their last video. It looks like the main guy, and then the other guys are kind of off.
Yeah.
Adam, did you end up? Because you reminded me of that. Did you end up seeing the one? It was like a week ago, that cash in transit heist that happened.
Yes. Oh my god, I saw the. Yeah, dude, that driver's a badass.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Zach?
No. What are you talking
Hold on,
about?
let me get the link real quick for it. Hold on.
Yeah, we need to watch this on here because this is kind of crazy.
Okay.
I'm still trying to find this damn video.
That dude. If you like peek that real quick,
There's Call of Duty.
him and his partner. This happened in South Africa. Him and his partner were moving cash. I think it was between banks when two separate cars full of armed robbers. One was a truck. Another one was a minivan. The truck speeds in front of their cash in transit vehicle to get past them, and the minivan guys start shooting at the car. And you can even see in the thumbnail that the busted up window on the left there. They start shooting at them, and the balls on the guy on the left there. He literally tries to run over a couple of them that get out of their car to shoot at them.
Wow.
He basically saved the day for the both of them.
Wow. This allowed on Twitch?
No.
Okay.
Oh, probably. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, probably.
I have the video. Like, if you want to look at
Send,
it, but
send the link. Send the link. I'm down to watch The Dark Knight again.
The whitest kid you know, like official whitest kid you know, is uploading stuff again.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. Here.
Didn't they start on like television?
Yeah.
And then
I think they were on
upload
Spike
their
or
stuff?
something.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah, they started as
and then
a
they
TV show.
became a YouTube channel because they were just allowed to upload all their sketches onto YouTube.
What cuck?
That's why
Yeah.
they have this like weird, like if you scroll down to their videos, they have this like weird, like black border around all of their videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's our
That's when you know that they were from these are sketches from television, because those black borders are for different size screens.
Right. Yeah, they were on. I just looked at it as an IFC. I did end up finding what I was looking for, by the way. It's probably not allowed on Twitch right now, but I'll send it out to you guys later. Oh, the
Yeah.
gallon of PCP one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Gallon of PCP.
Oh, just a gallon of PCP. Oh yeah, my wife just died. Well, when'd she die? Oh, 3, 4. Oh man, 4 years ago. That's rough. No, 3, 4 o'clock today.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's a really good sketch. They used to have a lot of really good ones, man. I miss their old stuff.
Who can forget about The Grapist?
I didn't want to bring that one up.
Yeah, I know, but that's the one.
Yeah, that is the one that made them. Yes. Or the
That and the Abraham
doctor.
Lincoln.
Yeah, or the doctor who loves delivering bad news.
Yeah.
tough break, kid. You got AIDS. Here's a peppermint. That's a good one. But yeah, let's look at this. What is it? The cash in transit heist video.
Yeah. Did you send that? Is that in the?
it's in the
chat?
it's in the text channel.
Okay. Yep. Definitely watching this.
All right, everybody start at the same time. Ready? Now. Yep, I saw that. Wow.
Found Robbie.
This guy has balls of steel.
He does.
I'm Josh. I can read it off.
It is quite the little moment in time for them to have done that.
We're about 2 minutes in, and just now he's like, "Hey, call Josh."
Yeah, call Josh and Robbie. If you just look at the comment section, it's literally just everyone memeing on, man, if they were this badass, imagine Josh and Robbie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Those are the two cops in their town.
Yeah. It,
Wow.
So you think he gets
Man,
a bonus for this?
oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure he actually got recognition from the government overall for his actions.
Nice.
Wow.
I can't
Oh.
really be certain of that, but I know that at least the world knows that he's a badass now.
Yeah.
Right.
Most definitely.
Oh, Jesus. That's crazy.
I know. It's kind of interesting. That kind of stuff you don't really see in our news cycle, at least. It's not something that like
Well,
gets put out there.
it's right. It's making me wonder. I go, is there like a set procedure for if this happens? Because they are like a Brinks truck, basically, right?
The equivalent of, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Is there a procedure for this, or
Only
is there not? And they were improvising, but if there's not, now definitely this should be the procedure from now on. Just have that guy write it, and here's this. Okay, here's how I did it.
well, I know in the US they always have depending on the cash flow, at least one guy in the back, like who's like
Mhm.
armed. I think he's like full kit, like suit and everything.
Yeah.
But I think most of the time cash transit in the US is too small to be able to be like I guess a problem. Because I remember when I was working at Texas Family, there was a truck that would come in every 2 weeks to pick up any cash that we had. And the guy
Yeah.
was super chill every time that he'd come in, chit chat with the boss for a little bit, and then he'd head out. It's not something that's like big over here.
Mm-hmm. That's still cool. Still cool. That guy is badass. If he has a daughter, any boy that she dates is going to be shitting his pants. I apologize for the language. He's going to be pooping his pants every time he goes over there.
You go doo doo in his pants.
God.
All right. So do you guys want to get into some news?
Yes. Yeah.
News, Daddy-o.
All right.
News
I'm gonna take a metaphorical name drop backseat on this one, since you all know what's going on here. Teach me about the world. What's happening right now? Henry, would you like to start first?
I'm gonna let Andrew start on this one first because I want to hear about that fuel pipeline cyber attack, and
Me too.
resident expert here knows the most about it.
I wouldn't say resident expert. It's just my industry. If you're in the U.S., especially in the southern U.S., you might have noticed that gas prices have gone up. If you're in California, they're probably still going up, but that doesn't phase you anymore because you live in California. Congratulations. Ours went up about 20 cents in the last couple of days, maybe just yesterday, and that's because of a ransomware attack on Colonial Pipeline. Ransomware, for the uninitiated, is a breach in which the attackers are ostensibly trying to encrypt or steal files that then the person affected or the company affected then pays, hopefully to get a decryption key. This group is in Eastern Europe. It is not associated with Russia or Iran. They actually are kind of interesting in that they have a certain amount of targets they won't go after. They don't like they won't go after nonprofits, government sector, which makes sense because if you start messing with government, you get black bagged pretty quickly. Education, so schools, universities, funeral services, strangely enough, and then medicine, which, you know what, good for them. Biden has actually declared a cyber state of emergency. I don't know what the proper terminology for whatever he did. The news site that I have pulled up, the hackers, quote unquote, didn't mean to cause problems, but that's literally their whole thing. So
yeah, I was gonna say
45% of the East Coast supply is basically stopped currently, which is fine for now, but gas prices are going to go up. And it just is kind of an indication of how easily crippled infrastructure is.
Is this any way at all similar to what happened with the attack on the water systems that happened recently?
I have not seen that one pop up.
I might be mistaken.
Ransomware is one of the most common types of attacks, especially because it can affect companies as well as individuals the exact same amount. Typically, you pay to a wallet, a cold wallet on the quote unquote dark net, even though there's no such thing as the dark net.
Dark web.
The dark web, and they ostensibly give you back a key that you use to unencrypt your
It was
stuff.
the
Most of the time, you don't ever need to do that. Let's see. What was it?
it was the Florida water systems hack. That's the one I'm referring to.
Got it.
I didn't even hear about that one. How long ago was that?
This article wasn't too long ago.
A renegade. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like
A renegade mouse cursor. Oh, so it's an REC or RCE. Let's see here. Yeah, with everybody working from home, the risk factor is significantly increased nowadays. Let's see, what kind of attack was this? Scanning through. Using dormant remote access software. Okay, so yeah, this is just people are checking in from home. Everybody's working from home these days. It's really easy to grab credentials, and then depending on whose credentials you grab, you have pretty significant access to just a wide variety of things, including water treatment.
Right.
Infrastructure is terrifyingly weak. The weakest part of any system is the people using it, and most of the time,
True.
they're not going to be very good at any of that. They
I
had out-of-date Windows installations, reused passwords, and let's see here. Oh, they use TeamViewer. Oh, cool. I've used TeamViewer before. That's funny. So it's a remote access.
Yeah,
in there.
I use TeamViewer for my work. It kind of sucks now.
TeamViewer is the
What's
Wait, the water system wasn't using a required VPN tunnel into the corporate network or the core system? That's insane.
Yeah, like it's funny because the amount of security breaches that because you mentioned earlier before the show that like Microsoft had 8 in the last 3 months alone, was it?
Yeah, they've had 3 vulnerabilities revealed with the IPv4, IPv6 stack, which allowed for exploit-based denial of service attacks, as well as exploit-based remote code execution. That's been patched, but there's always a difference between when a patch gets released and when a patch gets implemented in the wide environment. And then the second one, which is honestly even more significant, is major vulnerabilities with Exchange server, which is going to be basically everybody's email. If you're running email in-house, that actually transitions straight into some of the other kind of stuff that's going on as well, involving web shell, but I won't get too into the weeds there. It's a wild west out there, and nobody knows how any of this shit works. We're rapidly reaching the point where our technology is sufficient enough that it's functionally magic for everybody.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
I remember I was joking about that. It's like back in the day, people would perform alchemy and chemistry, and they would be the equivalent of a wizard. But nowadays, like people just believe that the internet grows off of trees, and that you could just connect anywhere you go. And if you know how it functions, you're essentially like a modern day tech wizard.
Yeah, it's
That
that's
was Arthur
becoming
C.
very,
Clarke.
very true.
That was Arthur C. Clarke who penned that. He was a British author, inventor, and futurist. He wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh,
Did he?
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, the reason why it's not more magical and why we're not getting like the high elves, and that's the people who work in Silicon Valley, although we are kind of getting that, is everybody's grown up with this magic just existing. They don't question how it functions. They don't worry about how it functions as long as it keeps functioning. And I think that's one of the things that kind of ties it in with some of those like more subtle magic systems in fictional universes where it's just an accepted part of reality. There's no, there's no savior. There's no, great man who has the magic and nobody else has the magic. It's just always around us. And there's just a different class of people who understand how it works. and everybody else just accepts that it's there until it stops working.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then they send me emails at 4 a.m.
Everything's on fire. Please help.
So here's a question for you with, you said everybody working from home kind of leaves open a lot of vulnerabilities. Do you think people like Goldman Sachs going right back to work here in a little bit in the offices?
Oh yeah.
You think that'll help security vulnerabilities at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, vulnerabilities are going to be everywhere. People going back into the office have already turned over the credentials and stuff like that. Goldman Sachs should have systems in place to help prevent that, but they have gotten breached before. Everybody gets breached. It's just that there's been a lot of easy entry because everybody's working remote, and that is outside to inside traffic that you can capture.
Right.
Yeah.
They at Bank of America Plaza, that today was the day that they opened back up to the public.
Yeah, the slow encroaching, like, especially in Texas. Texas is the forerunner for it. Like the encroaching, like, hey, we're all going back to work, physically speaking, is I feel like that's at least for cybersecurity's sake, it's going to be like a return to normalcy and a bit of safety for everybody. So long as everyone remembered, like, don't buy into phishing emails and don't click links that you don't know, but not everyone's not everyone's the brightest.
Right.
I mean, it's going to reduce basically like the attack surface where there's going to be less things for people to use, but that just leads to more advanced exploitation and vulnerability. And then it also gives, which is my favorite part. I've done offensive security before. My favorite part is the kind of social engineering or on the ground engineering where you basically just sleuth your way, you hitman your way into the building and figure out how to get into the server rooms. You stick a USB into one of the printers, and then you have remote access to the printer that you then go through the history of the printer's jobs that it's done, and you print yourself basically an ID or the approval for an ID. You go grab that, you use that to get into the server room, and then you tell the company how you did it, and they give you less money than you deserve. And that's just a shortened example. So you get stuff like that. Everybody's going to click phishing emails. Everybody's going to click on the hot singles in your area banner ads. It's honestly like mind-blowing how bad your average end user is at their own security.
Most people just don't take it into account. It's not something that you're thinking of until it's already a problem.
Yeah,
Because proactive approaches and defenses, like just knowing what to be prepared against, you're always behind, because like it's up to the attacker to kind of initiate or instigate the action or the courses of action.
0 days.
Yeah, so you're always going to be behind in that regard, but just the lack of information out there is also what's killing people there.
It is a cat and mouse game.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people I work for view passwords and that kind of thing as just an annoyance more than anything. And they have like Excel spreadsheets with that are on OneDrive,
that are plain text password,
that are just plain text passwords on just go and me, I couldn't care. I don't care about preventative. I get paid when stuff goes wrong. So
yeah, for the heads of company, that the approach should be different. For your case,
for my approach, I see that and then I'll say, oh, that's not very secure, but it's not really my place. And they're like, oh,
sucks to suck. You gotta pay me now. My job's done.
Right, yeah. Well, thanks for getting that password. I'm glad you just had it available. That's what I needed.
It's terrifying, and the vast majority of people don't know anything about it. For example, a very easy adage to just keep close to chest or in the back pocket is, if you have a credit card, it's already been stolen. You can buy 1 million credit card numbers off of any of the marketplaces under Tor routing for $100. It's just a matter of time before one of those ends up getting picked. So
Yeah.
you're already screwed. It's just you don't realize you've been screwed yet.
When are we getting credit cards without numbers on them and just chips?
It's a
When is that
biometric.
happening?
That's terrifying. I refuse to give my bank my biological information.
No, not your
Yeah, that's kinda
biological.
fucking
I'm
scary,
talking
isn't it?
just chips. Because the chips are useless, right? Like
the
there's
chip
still
is-
numbers on the cards.
The chip is just the numbers. It's slightly, very, very slightly more useful and more secure than the magnetic strip, because I can steal magnetic strip information real easy. I have a card reader sitting probably 3 feet from me that I can turn into something that just steals that information, writes it onto other cards, or writes it into chips that I can have implanted in my skin. It's a crazy world out there. The chip is not useless, because one baby step closer to vague security is good, but the chip is like 30-year-old technology
At this point in time, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, what we really need to do is get the numbers themselves off the card and it not be a number.
Well, then how do you
Like,
buy
what
stuff
would you
online?
You have like a chip reader in your home.
That's a lot of extra work.
USB.
Yeah, that
But
is.
you're
It
basically
is.
asking every individual customer ever to purchase their own like RFID reader.
You're not. Well, it's their choice.
Yeah.
Like what I mean is, I want to be able to ask for a credit card that is just an encrypted chip and nothing else.
You can get bank accounts and credit cards associated with them that have an encrypted separate fob that you have to keep with you that generates the numbers that you have to put in. My dad has one on a foreign bank account.
And something simple.
Okay.
Absolutely
It's like
do
something
that.
simpler is just like how crypto's going right now, because you have to have the wallet code to be able to send and receive digital currency between the two wallets. It's like if we move in that direction with how crypto is, or with the key fobs generating passcodes for yourself, like how he just mentioned, like that's the next step. It just needs to be widely adopted.
Speaking of crypto, Henry, I have 2 questions for you.
Oh no.
One,
Oh no, please don't.
do you actually own any physical hardware that stores crypto?
Yeah, I have a hard drive that has a Bitcoin wallet, and I have a hard drive that has Dogecoin
Okay.
wallet.
Okay. And second question, how's that Dogecoin, Henry?
No, it's so sad. Elon, I hate.
Listen. Hey, no, guys, I have the insider on the Doge. It's going back up. I know it's going back up because Elon is drawing a picture with the stocks. He's already made the Doge out of the stock stock going up and down, and now it's on the floor. Now what it's doing is it's gonna do a gentle curve, and then there's gonna be a rocket, and that rocket shape is what you want. He's gonna draw a rocket.
Dude, I lost just the other day. I lost 60% value.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
that. Oh.
He's gonna draw a rocket with the stock line. It's gonna flatline for a little bit because he's drawn the Doge. I saw it. I saw somebody line up a picture of Doge with the stocks, and it's like it was a hustle the whole time.
Didn't he just name a rocket that's supposed to go up Doge 1 or something?
Did he?
I'll look it up.
Did he?
I thought I saw that somewhere.
Okay.
DOGE-1 mission. Yeah. SpaceX accepts Dogecoin as payment to launch Doge 1 mission to the moon next year.
Oh, post that in chat. Hold on.
It's you're saying Doge.
I don't care.
That's fine. No, I know that's completely fine. Because isn't it supposed to be Doggy?
No,
No,
it's Doge.
Has it always been
It has
Doge?
it
Are
has
you
always
sure?
been Doge. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so they weren't.
I read
trying
about
to spell-
this.
Really?
This is the
I I love our meme overlord Elon Musk. He's such a weird Bond villain
Yeah.
because he shows up. He's like, I'm gonna shoot things at the moon, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot my car at the moon. He's like, I'm gonna dig a giant tunnel between different cities in California. Just kidding. I'm gonna sell flamethrowers instead. You're like, what is?
Yeah.
oh yeah, he did that with the tunneling company. What or the boring
Yeah.
company?
What are you doing?
He is spectacular. It's like the meme where it's like, Mom, I want a Bond villain. No,
Bond
son,
villain
we
at
have
home. We've
Bond.
got a Bond
we have
villain at home.
The Bond villain at home, and that's Elon. Elon is the Bond villain at home.
This goofy boy.
I don't like seeing his pictures with his kid. He
has
looks so
several.
weird. No,
His
like
kids?
his newborn.
Oh, the one that's just his password.
Yeah.
Password.
He's named that. Yeah.
X86 Pentium 3 processor. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's got a printer noise for a name.
Yeah.
You weren't lying. You can pay Doge for the mission. That is.
I know it wasn't lying.
So we're talking about Elon,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he's worth a lot of money. What about these other guys, Jeff and Bill, that are getting divorced?
Are you on first name bases with?
Yeah, they're. Listen,
Bill and Melinda.
I hit up Bill. You
and
know,
Jor Borbos?
They call him Billy G.
Yeah,
Billy G.
Billy G.
they're good friends of mine.
Did you fuck his wife too?
Of course.
Who hasn't, honestly?
Yeah.
But at this point,
Anyways, Bill Gates is getting divorced, so
I've been
ladies,
good this
there's
whole time,
a
Henry.
single woman out there,
yeah.
and I guess also a Bill Gates who's also rich and single. I
Well,
don't
the
know.
questions is like,
Yeah.
my question in particular for what the hell is happening with them is like, what the hell is it gonna happen to their the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation? Because it's like a joint operation for the two of them.
I couldn't tell you.
Being renamed to Bill and My Bitch Ex-Wife Foundation.
His opinion on it potentially. I don't think it was messy like how in
Jeff Bezos.
yeah,
was,
I don't think it was anywhere near as messy.
where he
Yeah.
got dragged off by some like LA floozy, and his wife was just like, all right, and fucking teleported behind him and yoinked half of Amazon.
Basically, yeah.
That is
That's the
an
maneuver,
impressive
honestly.
That is the
feat.
maneuver.
Anyways, I'm gonna go marry Jeff Bezos.
It's kind of
I'm gonna
insane
rub
that
butter all over his bald head.
it just kind of says something about the girls that are getting married to these billionaires, that they convince them to not sign a prenup.
Well, apparently Jeff Bezos' ex-wife was like an actual operator, like girl boss level.
Like she was an actual businesswoman, and the
Oh.
difference between what you're saying and Bill is Bill and
Yeah.
Melinda Gates have been together for what 27 years? Was it? Hold on.
Yeah.
That's what it says in his tweet.
it's 27 years. They have 3 kids together, and it was a relatively successful marriage up until like my hypothesis for it was like the love just ended towards the end, and they kept it together for the sake of the
I heard
children.
she was pissed at him. I heard
because Bill's
that's a
finally
good song,
cracked
by the
the
way.
code and developed a computer that's more convincingly emotional than a human woman.
Yeah.
I heard she was pissed at him about Epstein.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife has a net worth of $61.4 billion now.
Well,
Wow.
She is 51.
how much of that was the actual divorce, though?
She is 51. Oh my god.
How much of that was the actual divorce, though? Like, what was the settlement on the divorce for them?
Let me see. Divorce settlement.
God, is that their house?
I am.
Bridge.
That is insane. Look at that house,
I
Henry.
know.
Whoa!
Yeah, are you talking about? Are you talking the one,
got a-
the real estate section underneath that the link? Yeah. No,
Oh
dude,
my
you have no
God.
idea. Bill Gates is one of the largest landowners in the U.S. He owns a
Really?
ginormous percentage of the farmland in the U.S. It is it's kind of weird.
So the settlement was $38 billion.
So how much is her net worth?
61 billion.
So 23 billion she had before.
Nice.
Yeah, that's billion though. That's still a boatload of money. Like,
well, yeah, it's
right.
more than a
It is.
boatload of money.
yeah. I don't know.
That's almost enough money to run the federal government for like 45 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit. So that's kind of, this whole story is kind of a whirlwind so far. I'll be interested to see what comes out next about this whole
It's
thing.
probably not going to proceed any further than what they've done. I think, at least with them too, the Bill and Melinda Gates situation, I'm pretty sure this was a strategic thing between the two of them. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure like it was a loveless marriage toward the end, and I'm completely hypothesizing. I have no basis for it, but just I'm pretty sure it was like a loveless marriage toward the end. Considering he quote unquote snuck away, he didn't actually, but snuck away with an ex.
Didn't she cuck him?
I don't know if she actually did though. If you can get me evidence for that,
I have literally no idea. I felt like I knew, but I just
Cut or cuff?
Cuck.
Oh,
Cuckold.
I was way
Yeah.
off. I was really off. Holy
I mean, she
crap.
technically did cuff him, but like, it was consensual for 27 years. You know, it was a
Right.
ooh, the storm's coming in. Ooh.
Nah, no, y'all are getting it.
No. That
Yeah.
thunder, I can hear it. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure it was like a loveless marriage that started to fall apart towards the end. The only reason that they were together was because their youngest turned 18 relatively like soon, like or close to now. So I'm pretty sure like
Right.
this was all strategically done. Because they're not stupid.
What would the kid be turning 18? Is that just like
He's
they don't want to have like a custody battle over him? Like
I think it's a combination of one, keeping the family dynamic together for the kids, which I applaud them for, if like my hypothesis is correct. Like keeping the family dynamic together, like keeping a front for the kids to let them know like, hey, you know, we're doing this for you, but also as a way of like not having to deal with like long negotiable battles in court and all that jazz, because kids can throw a wrench in a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
Right, yeah, that probably make it a lot more complicated now that he's 18. It's like there's not even a whole thing about it. Like,
Yeah.
Right. That effectively cuts off half of the proceedings.
Yeah.
imagine that on a smaller scale,
To
though.
completion.
Wait, what?
You turn 18 and your parents just get divorced.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Big
happens.
Young.
I'm sure
Is it
that
because of
happens
me,
more-
Dad? Yeah, it was.
It was. Yeah. Listen, because of you, me and your mom had sex
your
every
parents.
Me and your
single
parents.
night.
My wife's son. My wife's son.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And as soon as you turned 18, the sex stopped.
I don't even know how we're going to recover from that one.
We pivot. We
I had a
pivot.
joke I held back. I'm gonna continue to do so.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Hey,
All right, now we pivot.
Did you know
Hey.
that there was a
Taco Bell
Taco Bell?
is a company, and May 4th is a nerd day, and they gave away food apparently.
Yeah, Adam, this one I actually
Do it,
I
Adam.
participated in, but I knew nothing more than
You
Go.
participated in this?
I went to go get like a quesarito, and I was like,
Much now.
food, and then they're like, you want free taco? I was like, oh, cool, yeah.
So there's really not much to this, and let me preface. I put this on the show notes on Tuesday without even looking at it for the rest of the week. But on May 4th, it wasn't because of Star Wars, it's because the moon was in the shape of a taco, apparently, which means probably a half moon. So they were like, well, let's give away free tacos.
I mean, there are dumber reasons to do things.
On May 4th, the moon rised and we all had diarrhea, and that's what we celebrated. Taco
All
Bell.
right.
With how much their food messes you up, I could see that.
Their food messes y'all up? Really?
Mess.
No, not really. I eat enough spicy garbage that there's not much you can do to
Same
save
here.
me.
Depends
yeah,
on the
same
Taco
here.
Bell.
Same.
Said, I have at one point eaten a tortilla so stale that it was sharp enough to cut the roof of my mouth, and it took like 2 months to heal. Because
Was that around the time you and I were eating purely just tortillas and barbecue sauce
no,
for
this
meals?
was still Taco Bell. I couldn't afford Taco Bell. Are you nuts? I'm stuck eating a bag of tortillas that I found and barbecue sauce I stole. And now you think I'm going to Taco Bell?
It became a pretty good snack. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, uh-huh. If you're trying to feed prisoners of war, I guess.
For everybody wondering what the hell is going on, Andrew and I went to college together for 2 years.
Where's this Google Doc full of stuff?
What do you mean? You were saying
It's in there. It's in the.
It's in the in the chat.
No, I removed the link for it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Never mind.
closed out of it like a doofus. I'll just go to my history.
Okay, so we covered Bill Gates. We covered the taco, kind of. I don't.
I
Go ahead.
posted Andrew's Hvalmir, the Russian
Yes,
Russian
can we-
whale spy.
Vladimir.
Go. Let's talk about it. I want to hear about this.
Okay, so this is very recent news. Off of the coast of Norway, there was a overly friendly and shockingly southern beluga whale with a harness on it, an unusual harness. Whales not known for their tactical gear.
Mhm.
And a concerned fisherman sent some pictures to a marine biologist. So they grabbed the whale, and by grabbed I mean they just swam next to the whale and cut the harness off. And it ties to a manufacturer in St. Petersburg, which apparently Russia trains whales and uses them as military spies. However, Russia has done similar things with similar animals before. So yeah, this whale is just it's known as a Russian spy. It's currently sleeping or staying in a fishery, which is pissing off the people who own the fishery. But he escaped from a Russian whale spy training facility and ended up in Norway. And we really do live in clown world.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see like Russia's attempted like assassination on it.
Oh no, they just call the Japanese for that.
Oh.
There's pictures of whale pens in which they train marine animals like dolphins and I guess beluga whales as spies designed to take pictures of naval bases and civil infrastructure,
God.
which is bizarre.
So is that the harness?
Yeah. It had a harness on it.
I can't begin to fathom like the mind of the animal that's being trained, like because we will never have a glimpse into it, like into what they're thinking, which is I can't even begin to imagine. It's like, this man's tying something onto my back and he's giving me lots of food for it. Yeah, this is a good gig.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he apparently goes up to people to socialize because apparently beluga whales are super social animals, and he has basically zero like fear of humans because he's a Russian
trained.
He's been
spy.
trained, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a very friendly spy trained beluga whale in northern Norway currently.
That's I mean,
Hey, you know what? At least they didn't strap landmines to this one like they did dogs in World War II.
did they do that?
Oh no.
Yeah, they did.
Aw.
Man, PC culture is really taking over.
Mine dogs. Turns out a dog with a mine strap to it costs less steel than it takes to build a T-34. So that was an anti-tank measure used by the Soviets. The Germans actually developed something a bit similar, but it was a robot, a remote-controlled robot filled with like 500 kg of explosives.
See, that's I think morally and just I think also socially just more acceptable, considering you're not.
Well, they did other things
Yeah.
that were less socially
completely excluding every other atrocity committed. Yes, I'm specifically referring to the canine section of that. Yes.
Oh no, you know what?
I'd rather see Wally get blown to bits than my neighborhood dog, you know.
Nazis,
Yeah.
you know what? I draw the line at killing dogs, okay?
Anyway,
segueing here.
Henry, you pick a topic.
hold on. There was that one Woody Harrelson that I want to hear what you have to say about that.
Oh, I was just saying, Woody Harrelson's a cool dude, man. He just saw this this couple moving out of a New York City walk up and was like, hey, why don't I help you walk out? And that plant that he's holding, he ended up stealing after the fact. He said, this plant's dying.
Wait, he stole their plans?
So he's a plant thief.
So he said that plant is dying and needs looked after more, and then she just left it there, and apparently he went back and got it.
Oh my god.
That's what the tweet said. I just looked the whole article.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson's cool. By the way, Venom 2 trailer came out today.
Oh, I saw that.
Woody,
It actually
yeah.
looked really good.
Harrison Ford got his start by making hidden drug compartments for people in LA.
In there.
Did he really?
I remember you saying that.
He started off as a carpenter, and he would build basically just drug compartments into jacuzzis. Which,
Hey, you know you can hide your weed in there.
yeah,
That's
If you guys seen the hot chick?
that's that was how George Lucas found him, right?
isn't he? He's the one who landed a plane in the middle of the street, right? Or am I
On a
thinking
golf
of a
course.
movie?
He crashed a plane on a golf course.
Nice. Probably too many hidden compartments in there.
Yeah. Too many places to hide your weed.
He has crashed an airplane at least twice and is currently being investigated by the FAA.
Harrison Ford?
Yes, which is the Federal Aviation Administration, who ordered the actor to complete awareness training in 2017, which I guess he didn't do.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh man.
Let's see.
That's awful.
Oh, he cut the line at a runway. Let's see. This was 3:20 p.m. That's fine. Let's see here.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
He's gyroplane. Oh, nice. All right, so he's being investigated because he's flying planes irrationally.
I mean, he's an aging old man.
Yeah, and he's the best goddamn star pilot we've got. This baby crashed into a golf cart in under 10 parsecs.
I did the Kessel Run in under 20 parsec. You know.
How long ago did this plane thing happen in the golf course?
Oh, the golf course one, I have no idea, but the recent investigation, the article I was reading was from April 29th, 2020.
Oh, okay.
Just over a year ago.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I guess in the air, you are by nature socially distanced
That is true.
until you crash into a golf course.
Yeah, you don't
And
exactly have
you're
a
very
choice for that.
people.
What was?
We've lost Adam. He's a little pee-pee boy.
He went to the restroom.
He went to the restroom.
Actually, in the meantime, which one was the article in which you wanted to discuss the Myanmar one? Was it the one that you posted at the top there? The 100 days of.
I've got. Well, that's the visuals. I posted 3 different links to 3 different news articles.
Go ahead. I actually do want to hear about that one. I know nothing about it, and I kind of want to hear what you have to say about that.
So, Myanmar used to be called Burma. Some people still call it Burma, but Myanmar is the same word as Burma. It's just the more formal definition. British colony, was invaded by the Japanese in World War II, was given independence. Well, actually, it was independence, then Japanese invasion. But when the UK gives you independence, it's really independence in quotes, and that's how it was. Then after the military left, there was an attempt at a democratic government, and then a military junta took over, and they ran the country for, double check real quick here, 50 years.
Is that
Until 2011, and then there was multiple civil wars. There were some democratic reforms. There were some general elections, and then that leads up to now. The military is, or was, previous to the recent military coup, a barely contained power broker within the state, which always held the ability to coup the country. And they decided they were tired of not having power anymore.
is this the and this might be the only piece of information that I know about it, and it's kind of sad, but is this also the same story of that one yoga teacher who had like the beginnings of the coup happening behind her in her
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Like you could see the APCs and everything rolling up behind her. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
A woman was doing a Zoom yoga class in front, like down the main throughway to the Capitol building, and caught the beginning of the coup as military APCs sped down the main road into the Capitol building. Which is sad because I was actually planning on going to Myanmar because their exchange rates were super cheap. Flights there were expensive, but once you got there, everything was super cheap because there was a major push towards opening the country to tourism. Obviously, that can't really happen right now, considering there's a low-level civil war going. Well, I say low-level, but at least 700 people are dead as of April 12th, and at least 3,000 people have been detained and or disappeared by the military.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, the military is continuing Myanmar's not subjugation. What's a better term? Continuing the policy of unfriendly relations with the Rohingya Muslim minority that lives in the north of the country.
The equivalent.
They're not considered citizens. They're not really given rights, and the government has been accused of fueling pogroms against the Rohingya before as well. There's protests going on, a lot of them. Obviously, you don't really hear about it in the news because the U.S. News doesn't really give a shit about the rest of the world unless it's actively pertinent to whatever political jargon they're spewing. The woman who got ousted from the government, I don't know if she's in prison currently or if she's dead, but she spent 15 years in prison between 1989 and 2010. She was the one who was ousted. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name. She was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize while under house arrest. In 2015, she led the coalition that took over from the party that was supported by the military in 2015. Obviously, the 2015 or the military didn't really like that. So after this election, they cracked down. There's been some pretty significant reductions in personal rights, although obviously as an American talking about the rest of the world, there's different definitions of personal rights. But for example, she's accused of owning illegal walkie-talkies, which is strange. But they've also cracked down on satellite television, radios, and a couple of other things, as well as limiting the internet a la the Great Wall. That said, the Democratic woman who was president or vice prime minister, who I let me check actually, that's ridiculous. But her international reputation suffered because of the treatment of the Rohingya. They're considered illegal immigrants. They are denied citizenship. There's been 700,000 refugees following an army crackdown in 2017. And there's been accusations of a genocide, although it seems like everybody gets away with genocides these days.
Do you think that has anything to, especially with everything going on, do you think it has anything to do with their northeastern neighbor? What, the one in particular?
Hang on, I gotta look up where Myanmar is for that.
East of the Indian Peninsula, west of Vietnam.
Let me see here.
Would you say northeastern neighbor?
Yes, northeastern neighbor.
I don't think so.
Right.
Because the Burmese government wasn't really the one that got ousted wasn't really associated with the U.S. or surrounding areas that are in conflict currently.
What I mean by what I meant by the question is like seeing as how the region is being influenced more and more heavily by their neighbor. You think that, especially with the course of action that they themselves are taking, speaking of the neighbor, that this might also be influencing the local politics of the area or the region?
I mean, absolutely. That's genocides beget genocides, usually against one another. But if a powerful state is getting away with it and there's a easy minority that you can seize the land of and kick out, then people generally act to their worst instincts. From what I've read, it doesn't seem like there's too much neighborly influence going on. It seems like this is a long-standing political conflict or tension within Burma itself or Myanmar itself, especially considering the kind of locally grown pogroms. That's actually kind of ties into, and I don't want to set off our machine learning overlords, but that was part of the. There is a strange connection between some of the locally grown pogroms against the Rohingya in Myanmar and the electioneering that happened leading up to 2016. There was a related company that had been contracted by the Myanmar government. I should say the tools offered by Facebook that allowed for vague shaping of political ideology on their platform was also used by someone or something, or maybe it happened naturally. I don't have the qualifications to say, but it was shaped by somebody that inflamed hatred against the Rohingya through false narratives about Rohingyan attacks and stuff like that. So the same tools used by that research company that everybody freaked out about, that they basically just make glorified Facebook, what star sign are you questionnaires. They use the exact same tools, and it's not the same company. People really freaked out about, what is it? It's the Cambridge Analytics or something. They got,
yes. Hold on.
But Cambridge Analytics just used the tools Facebook provided, and everybody completely skipped over the fact that if you claim to be an app maker or an app developer and request app developer tools within Facebook at the time, and I wager this hasn't been fixed, you were able to gather personal data about a target who clicked yes on your stupid Facebook quiz, and every single person they are friends with or that have interacted with on the platform. So if one person that took the quiz, your data then goes into that developer's pocket, essentially. And Facebook has claimed multiple times that they've closed this loophole, that Cambridge Analytics or Analytica had old-timey, old Facebook access, but in the end, it is just Facebook. The whole these people used mind games to get Trump in power are blithering idiots who don't understand how the internet or the selling of their information works. It's really easy to point at a research company that put out a Trump ad and go, look, they brainwashed people in the South or people outside of LA, but they don't really consider the fact that they've already become the commodity as well, and it's really Facebook that's the issue.
I think that's just because people are completely unaware of the fact that they have become commodities, especially for advertisers. Everyone's already, at least growing up, we all know that we all hate ads. Everyone hates seeing ads in the middle of their TV show or in the middle of a YouTube video or whatever the case may be. Like, you hate seeing them, but people don't realize like that those are specifically being targeted. Like, everyone's got the meme of like, oh, I've got the FBI agent in my phone watching me constantly, but like almost quite literally, you've got an agent. It's not part of the FBI. It belongs to a big company called Google that's almost constantly listening to you and saying, he said something about dogs. Here's dog food and dog treats and all this stuff, advertisements. So it's...
Have you been looking at my ads lately? That sounds good. I had this conversation a few days ago with somebody, and I just picked up Ivy's phone and started going, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. See if it would pop up. It hasn't yet, but I'm waiting.
She might have the settings for it turned off. That might...
she might. Oh, that turd.
That might be the only reason that is the case. Because normally it should be doing it.
Good for her. Oh, she says she doesn't chat. Oh, great. Good job, babe.
See, she's taking care of herself.
She's smart. Take better care of herself than I am right now.
Now, Andrew, what about that one targeted ads thing that you were telling me about, where you could, if you managed to get someone to click a link, you could run ads, your ads to them?
Yeah. I mean, part of that can be accomplished through browser hijackers, which is a pretty common form of grayware, which is just the garbage that people accumulate. Is that kind of what we're talking?
Yeah, I think so. We were talking about like how scary it could be if you could just like you could pay like a website and then they would run ads to.
Yeah, there was a website claiming that they could brainwash people through targeted ads, such as getting your ex-girlfriend to join back with you. It's very, very limited actual like viability. Let me see.
Would it be like the equivalent of like a clairvoyant trying to predict the future kind of thing? Or is there actually some merit to what they were actually saying?
It depends on how stupid the person is that you're targeting.
Yeah.
Let's see.
They could send the subject articles like top 10 reasons why you should get back together with your ex, or that kind of thing, where it would...
Okay. Yeah. So it's like a subconscious thing in the sense that like you see it, you begin to think about it, kind of thing.
Right,
okay.
Exactly. So that's what they were offering.
Okay. Kind of scummy. I mean,
yeah, and there's very little to suggest that it's at all effective. Obviously, the power of suggestion is a thing, but God, you got to really deal with some stupid people to get that.
Right.
If I was scrolling through Instagram, which I don't do, and I got an ad that said, "Hey, maybe you should text your ex," I go, "That's fucking weird."
Yeah. Or
I could see if you got concentrated enough, you could like gaslight somebody that way, where you could just run like weird shit in their browsing experience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're watching you. It'd be like the opening of the Matrix, where like there's just DOS code scrolling in the ad.
And then you see follow the white rabbit.
Yeah. That would be fun. You could really screw with people's head that way. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be bad.
It would be good to, well, yeah, it would be bad. It'd be fun to guilt trip people too. Like,
remember when you ran my dog over, Mom? And then that's what you did.
Yeah. Just like,
it's funny because we talked about that last time, Adam. It's at the very end of the show. Oh no.
He's gone.
Adam's gone.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, I was on mute. Sorry. My bad. Still working out the kinks here. No, that was an ill-advised attempt at a punchline to end the show, and I kind of feel bad about that one.
Yeah.
So,
however,
yeah, I felt bad about that.
Kind of poignant for how like just advertising kind of works in a way that's like, yeah, that's exactly what it's doing to you. And people don't really notice until it's either too late or like they see it as a problem.
contrary to talking about blowing up dogs and this other thing, now we do like dogs.
No, I think that was made clear. We realized that like
Yeah.
Germany's the asshole, and also Russia specifically for that action.
Right.
We've done some other things that could be considered problematic as well.
Well, even just in the World War II setting, like the fact that they would give soldiers a rifle and no ammunition, and give another soldier ammunition is kind of fucked. Like the whole motto is throw bodies at it until it stops moving.
Yeah.
Nah, it is.
I have nothing to add.
They had a tremendous army, and that they did
World
much
War
with
II
it.
was kind of cringe.
Oh my gosh.
Well, did we hit everything on did we hit all of our
I
boxes?
think we checked.
I think we're missing a music box.
I think we dotted all of our Q's. Dotted all our I's, dashed all our Q's, all that jazz.
I think what were you saying, Zach? Do we miss a music one?
Yeah.
Oh. I know
at
we
the
can talk
bottom.
about.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about Resident Evil 8 for a minute?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Spoilers incoming potentially.
No, I won't spoil anything.
Okay.
Nothing will be spoiled if I can help it. It's pretty good.
I don't appreciate the literal fucking flood of big tibby vampire mommy that I've been getting just spammed at me.
I think it's pretty funny.
Hey, wait, is it a particular person that's doing that, or is it just the internet in general?
It's the
broadly
internet.
the internet
grows.
It's everywhere.
The broader internet at large is going.
There's
Crazy.
already apparently mods where you can like spank big tibby vampire.
Yeah, I saw that one. The fly flyer.
Oh my.
Wow, they were fast. Oh my
We,
god.
we could have ended the show before that, but all right.
Well, I just wanted to say it's good. I've watched some of it, like the first 2 hours. That has convinced me to buy it, and you guys know how kind of stingy I am with buying video games at full price. But I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'd say give it like a month. It'll probably go on sale at least.
No. Play it
now.
Play when you wanna.
Fair enough.
I should play 7 first. I've had it in my library for about 6 months now.
What's the point of having a job if not to spend the money that you make on things that you want?
Good point.
And you know although the advertising will have you think differently, the whole game isn't actually big mommy vampire girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still a horror game at its core. Who would have thought?
The first interaction with you that she has is you get your arms hooked and you dragged up the wall, and they're gonna eat you
That was
later.
from
And
that was the trailer, right?
They're gonna suck on you.
No.
that was in a trailer.
Yeah. I remember that part being in the trailer.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So
But
we'll see how it goes. If I buy it, y'all will get an update next week for
Am
sure.
I wrong? But aren't they zombies technically in the Resident Evil universe?
No.
They're all fungus.
They've moved away from that. It was.
They're all fungus like orcs in Warhammer.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, not actually.
Yes,
I'm
they are.
confused.
All of them have fungus in the
In
brain.
the new one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so at least speaking for the older games, I think it was
Fungus gives you powers.
I think it was from 3 forward. They moved away from the zombie aspect of it, and they went more for like a parasitical approach. Like,
Yeah, they did.
Hey, this is gonna sound real dumb, but what universe is the T virus in?
same universe. It's all the same universe.
Okay, so it is those movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
The movies.
So they moved away.
The movies are bad for different reasons.
Yeah. Hey, wait. I like the movies.
They are jump cutty horror messes.
I want to watch them now.
I think it was Resident Evil Revelations. There was a cut. There was a scene in which there were 47 cuts. Like it took 47 cuts for them to explain the action of her jumping over something or like something stupid. It was really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
In the new games, all of this garbage is caused by fungus.
Oh my gosh.
And it eats your DNA and makes crazy things. Literally in 7, or no, not 7. The one with the Hicks.
Yeah.
You literally fight like
7.
mold men the whole time, or not the whole time, but most of the time. And all of them have mold powers. Everybody is moldy.
There are some good horror games that I need to get through, particularly Outlast and Outlast 2.
Andrew,
Those
when's the last time we played Outlast?
I don't fucking remember, dude.
Man, Outlast got me when I was playing it. Like
One, I don't know if we ever played the second one. If we did, I can't fucking remember.
We didn't.
But
the
solid looking. I think I own it. Maybe.
You do. I remember you telling me you bought it, and I went, "Why?"
I don't know. The first one was all right. It was good.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Nothing crazy.
There's a third one coming out soon, hopefully.
yeah.
Everybody's fungus.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Oh,
see
yeah.
wow.
it-
I'm on the Resident Evil wiki. Guess what the most popular page is?
Oh,
my
no.
God. No,
Oh.
we know. We know what it is.
You can't
it's
guess.
the new antagonist.
Which one? Which antagonist, Henry?
She happens to suck blood.
Driver? Well,
She happens to suck blood, I think.
any other defining
I
characteristics?
know she's very tall. She's very medieval-esque style clothing. Large tracts of Ukraine, large tracts of land. The internet is degeneracy.
They need to stop. I need to stop saying it. It makes me angry.
Why does it make you angry?
It's just like stop.
It's all over the
Fuck.
place.
The punishment for simping is death.
It's quite literally all over the internet. Like it blew up. It blew up a little bit on Twitter, I think, is what happened. And now it's just memes, memes.
Plus, I'm
Yeah.
pretty tall, so it really throws me off when women are taller than me.
It's not a normal occurrence for you.
No, it's not.
How tall is she? Isn't she supposed to be like 8 foot?
9
Oh my
foot.
god.
Yeah,
it's
so
huge.
you're literally below sea level with her.
Sea level.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which honestly, missed opportunity.
With opportunity, yes. Go on, Andrew.
It's a missed opportunity, man.
Okay.
Too tall. If you dropped her down a foot, I mean, the game would have been the bestseller in the last 10 years already.
I don't know. It seems people are pretty horny for those for the 9 foot tall lady enough already.
Yeah.
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 It's just people
After-
want.
After seeing what I've seen, I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't get it anymore.
Second, I gotta do just a second. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go see how many pages there are on Rule 34 already.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe not.
I'm not gonna show
Yeah.
it. I'm just
What's
gonna
that?
think. Yeah.
see.
This.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it here before we get into trouble.
There is more than 9 pages.
That's
All right,
what I'm
that's
thinking
it.
too.
I'm done.
No,
We're done.
More than 9
Nope,
pages
nope,
already.
we're good. Nope.
No, Andrew,
Anyway.
him.
33.
Eddie.
They missed an opportunity by not having
How
34
long
pages.
came back
Okay,
now?
okay. We're done.
How long
We're
has
done.
it been? I
Thank
need to
you.
know.
Thank you for listening to the Backseat podcast.
Yes, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning
The
in.
game came out April 18th is the initial release date, and there's
I
33
Andrew and Zach, thanks for coming
I've
on.
been special guest star Zach,
Don't pander to me. I
And-
know this wasn't fun for you.
and the man still talking has been Andrew. but he
Yeah,
will no
and,
longer be.
I'm going back into my coma.
Okay. Henry and I will be back this time next week around 6 o'clock Central Standard Time here on the Backseat Podcast channel on Twitch. We will probably have guests next week,
Yes. Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Well, Zach, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, you
If
got
you'd
it.
like to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, those will be up shortly. They are. We just don't have anything on them. Do you want to? What's the handle?
It
Henry?
is Backseat PC on any platform. Any platform that I can
Yep,
get it
we
on.
got that
Yep.
one. Yeah, good job, dude. By
Yes,
the way,
I tried very
Good
quickly.
job with social. All right, so we'll be back next week. I know last week's VOD did not go up on YouTube, but I will try to get that up this week along with this current podcast that you're watching now. So we'll see you then.
Yes. Oh,
Thanks. Oh wait,
Yes.
Henry, are you going live
I
tonight?
will be. Yes, you can join us for games after the fact. Most of us will be here, I think, potentially.
Sounds like a plan. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Take care.